and before I even asked what it was about, I was like, great, I'm auditioning for it. Just because my dream as an actor has always been to try to learn from people that I respect and I love and admire their work. So I initially said yeah, and I read the script. And I thought it was bold, it was thought-provoking, it was dangerous, and honestly could be executed in the wrong way.
Oh, yeah.
But I knew once I read it, I thought, okay, I definitely feel like I can do this. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I immediately worked with a coach before the audition. I think I had a month, and I remember I put myself on tape. So I didn't find out till maybe 9 or 10 months later that I got the part. Meanwhile, Jack's story is that he had hired me after the first audition. He just didn't inform me. So that was good, but it was a brutal couple of months there for a second because I really wanted this. Yeah. I don't think, it's safe to say, I don't think any of us really thought, it was going to turn out the way that the reception has been, which is so sweet. But we really are proud of it, and I couldn't be more grateful for a director like Jack to believe in me and choose, me to trust me with this role. And I just thought she was very different than anything I've ever played, which I was like, thank God. It was a good feeling.
I'm curious, did anyone sort of prepare you for what the script was about? Because I went to see the movie not knowing anything, and like my reaction every 10 minutes, I was like, oh. And I'm curious if that was you reading the script.
Well, actually, it was interesting because he wrote the script like an opera. So it didn't have all of these specific scenes really until we started shooting. So he was writing new pages as we were going. By the end of the day, he'd say, okay, I'm learn this monologue and we're going to do that, tonight. And I would just gladly take it and be sweating secretly, but it was fun. It was a whirlwind. So I didn't know all the details that really went into play until we got there, and he let us do our thing with the character and our characters, and it felt very liberating.
Did you know the gist of the story, or?
No, I understood what the story was. I just didn't know how he was going to explore each character, and I think he really did trust us each individually to make certain choices that he would either find interesting or it'd be too much for him. So it was good.
I love Jessie. I think she's misunderstood by a lot of people.
Me. Kidding.
No, I think she's fantastic, and she goes through so many changes in the film, and particularly the song Mi Camino, which is sort of this liberation song. It's a major turning point. Was that written before you were cast, or were you able to work with the composers on it?
Actually, it was interesting. After Jack had met me, the song I originally was supposed to sing was a very upbeat, kind of aggressive song like Bienvenida. Then he met me and asked the composers, Camille, to watch my documentary.
And, My Mind in Me?
Yes.
Okay.
So they actually watched the documentary, and he said, I think we need to make something that's a little bit more, subtle instead of aggressive. So they actually wrote Mi Camino after, and it wasn't on, the original soundtrack, but it felt like the right move.
That's
sure.
So cool. I didn't realize that.
Fun.
Transitioning from a comedic role in Only Murders in the Building to the passionate and unique crime musical like Emilia Pérez must have been a significant shift. How did you approach preparing for such a dramatically different role, both linguistically and emotionally?
I guess it was all happening at once. I think I had a total of 3 months before we started shooting. So most of my time was spent specifically on the language, and then I'm not sure what I was prepared for because I didn't know what it was going to be like. And on my very first day of shooting, Jack had me shoot the last scene of the
What?
movie. And I was definitely thrown into the mix. I had a lovely co-star, Edgar Ramirez. He's wonderful and made me feel comfortable instantly. I was like, nice to meet you. We're supposed to be madly in love right now, running away. And it was fine. It was actually really, I was proud of myself because it scared me in the right way.
Yeah.
And I hope it turned out great. It definitely seemed like I knew him, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to have chemistry between you two, I suspect.
Oh my gosh, he's a gorgeous man. I love him.
Sure. Question about uplifting marginalized voices, essentially.
And how Emilia kind of plays into that. I to be honest, I'm so grateful that I have this platform, and I think Emilia specifically is kind of a part of that narrative. We're celebrating women who are chasing and finding their own identity and whatever that looks like, because no one's path is perfect. And I've always wanted to be a voice for people who felt just like me, and I think it's important to recognize that there are people, I mean, we're all kind of hurting in some way, so to be there for other people is kind of one of my favorite things to do. But I think Emilia came out at the right time, given the climate of things. I'm very proud of this movie. I'm very proud of Carla. I think she is outstanding, and I hope I'm watching history in the making when I'm working with her.
Speaking of chemistry, you and Carla as well have lovely chemistry. Yeah.
I love her dearly. She is fantastic. She is a force of nature, the funniest person you'll meet. And she just challenges you. She gives 150% of herself, and you just have to match that energy or you're not going to keep up.
Even when your characters want to kill each other, there's part of me that's like, maybe they can work it out.
At the end it is. It's a bit of a question where you're like, well, but no, I enjoyed working with her. She was very, she was meant for the role. It was very demanding and strong.
Yeah.
I think self-discovery, I'm never going to stop learning about myself. I work with Steve Martin and Martin Short for 4 years now, and if anything, they always tell me they're still learning, and it's really beautiful. I think what this film represents in each woman is a sense of freedom, and more than ever, we need that. And it's just them making choices that maybe not the right ones, but they're just trying to be seen, they're trying to be heard, and now they want to do something with that. So I found it very empowering. But yeah, I feel like every day I'm just discovering who I am, and this whole process has, taught me so much, and I feel really grateful. I'm always going to be figuring things out. Really interesting because we actually had dance rehearsals to do a whole musical number of this technical dance, and then on set the director Jacques said, just sing it live and pretend you're at karaoke. And I was like, okay, I'll try that, but can we play the music just a little low so I can sing along? And he just said, pretend you're at karaoke with your friends. And I was like, okay. So I started to sing it, and as a joke, we were like, okay, me and Edgar are gonna sing it one time. One time turned into 18 times. It was so fun because he was also singing with me, and it made me comfortable. So a lot of the music he uses live from the actual day we shot.
Really?
Which was fun, but also as an artist, you're sometimes like, auto-tune, please. But it was great. It felt really raw, and it was fun. I didn't know that he was going to do that, but that man is full of surprises.
Yeah. By the way, do you karaoke? Because I always wonder if professional singers are like, no, that's work.
Not unless like people don't know who I am and I can do something really embarrassing, like a rap song that I don't know.
Do you have a go-to rap song?
No, I mean, I just like to do things that I know I can.
Yeah.
Because it just makes it more fun. I don't ever take karaoke seriously. Honestly, I don't even know the last time I did it. So
we have a question.
It was such an important role because I did I did get to go back to my roots. I was fluent in Spanish until I got my first job, which then led me to speaking mainly English speaking parts. I thought it would be such an exciting thing for me, for my fans, for my family. This is definitely not the last thing I want to do in Spanish. I'm very proud of who I am. I'm very proud of what all Latinas have contributed. I've met so many of them, and it's especially special being with Carla and Adriana and Zoe, because we need more of our representation, and to know that all of us are leading this is a really great feeling.
You
Film
did
and
not.
TV. I think I've never even done half the things that I want to do, and I'm excited in a way because I hope Emilia is the beginning of something for me in this field. I feel deeply respected in a way that makes me feel like I've earned my place to be here, and I want to continue to do movies that are different. Not necessarily me needing to be the center of attention. I enjoy doing movies as even just a small part in something great, because I want to learn and I just want to become a better actor, a better producer. And the rest to me is the icing on the cake. You know, I'm so grateful that I have music in my life, because I think it's a beautiful expression of how people feel, and it's a universal language. You can be in any country, and if you sing your song with people, you're all there together singing the same thing. It's something that I'll always cherish, but my heart definitely lies in this world. Maybe I don't think I have anything specific as much as I have people that I'd love to work with. Like, I'd love to work with Martin Scorsese, because I've seen every single one of his movies. I've had like movie nights where it's all about his movies. Greta Gerwig for sure. There's a lot of actors that I'd love to work with as well, but I don't think there's something I'm specifically chasing. I find that the best ones that I find are they're in a sea of different things that I think people expect me to play. And then I find that one thing and I just want to get it, and I will do everything I can to get into a room to say, I can do this part if you believe in me.
It sounds kind of like Jacques